We like to think of our medical practitioners as being intelligent people, don't we? Because, after all, they do have the power of life and death over us some of the time. But we also have to be realistic. They can be as stupid as anyone else. And they really have hit the stupid button big time this time. And their reward for this is that karma is coming for them. They may have got a very high raise in salary, and now they discover the Labour Party is going to go after their pensions. I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. You see, it all started in July. When the Labour Party took over, they decided they had to do payback. They had some very serious backing from the labour unions, and particularly from the unions in the National Health Service. And so they were going to buckle to everything those people were saying. The doctors were especially well organised, and during the last months of the Conservative Party government, they had gone through, I think, about 11 sets of strikes within a period of around 15 months. I'm not entirely sure of that, but it was something as really serious as that. So when the Labour Party got in, everything in the garden was supposed to be turning out lovely. They gave an offer to the junior doctors. Enter junior doctors strikes in sight as union recommends members accept government offer. Accepting the recommendations of the pay review bodies is in line with the approach taken by recent governments, but the agreement on junior doctor pay, which if accepted would increase their pay by an average of 22% over 2 years. And they did say they wanted, because the BMA has become very radicalised, they said they actually wanted 35%, but 22% would do for the time being. So we were going to have at least a couple of years of peace and quiet. 22% pay rise. I mean, that's not a joke, is it? So they voted to accept the pay offer. 66% of junior doctors voted in favour of the deal, and they also felt that their support, I mean, if you look at any of the NHS magazines, the nursing magazines, the doctors magazines of various sorts, they were all basically saying vote Labour. And this was their reward. They were going to get about 22.3% on average more. And, there was some sort of carrot dangling about more coming up later on. And so we have this, junior doctors agree 22.3% pay deal over 2 years. And they really thought, the government really thought they'd solved the problem. And now I think they're discovering that, first of all, the world doesn't work according to ideology. It just doesn't. And being in government isn't as easy as they thought it was. Doctors threaten to quit on unprecedented scale over Labour's pensions raid. Because, you see, in order to pay for these public sector Easter eggs, the Labour Party had to take money from something else. And, as I said, pensions were their primary target because, of course, pensioners are pretty well defenceless. They are stuck with what the state can give them. They don't have any way out. They're very often too old to up sticks and move, or generally too poor and too set to have any sort of sanction power against the government. So they're going for the pensions, and suddenly the doctors realise that would include them. And now they realise their pensions are going to be paying for their pay rise. And now Doctors have warned Rachel Reeves that they'll quit the profession and leave waiting lists to spiral if their pensions are raided in the budget next week. Karma's a bitch, isn't it? And as for the Labour Party, yeah, it isn't as easy as it looks, is it? Till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.